and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course that KG outlaw to the north, Waylon Jennings. It is the weekly purchases, and of course before we get to those weekly purchases, we got a little housekeeping to do, and we also got the mail girl Angie coming in for the question of the week this week. But I want to start it off hot with, of course, Jay'sToysAndGames.com. Head over there, use code Kyle, save yourself 15%. And I got some stuff from Jay's this week. Got to thank them for sponsoring the channel. You guys know that by now. Shout out to the Patreon members. Patreon giveaway the month of June, nearing the completion. Platinum Edition Professor Pig. July giveaway, it's an ultimate giveaway. Papa Shango and the Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Edition 2-pack. That is the giveaway for July. Check out Patreon, support the channel, all that kind of fun stuff. A lot going on Patreon each and every single day, as well as YouTube channel memberships. Appreciate the support out there. And I really appreciate the support this week, as my birthday was June 25th. Thanks to everybody that reached out to me. A lot of people reached out to me to wish me a happy birthday. Really appreciate people taking just a minute to think about me on my birthday. Here's to another year around the sun, Todd McFarlane from the couch. We'll see where that ends up going. And I've been trying to go out to a birthday dinner, and I've narrowed it down to try to go this weekend. We'll see if I can find time. But I'm dabbling. I'm thinking about dabbling in a little Red Lobster. Yes, Red Lobster. Haven't been there in years, but you know, they have all-you-can-eat shrimp going on. And shrimp sounds pretty good. Normally, I would go to like the local shrimp place or the seafood place. Shrimp place, they got that. But the local seafood place, it's a little bit more expensive, but the quality's better. However, when it's all you can eat shrimp, I mean, you just got to belly up to the bar and you got to put it down is what you got to do. You got to order a little scampi, a little of that Walt's favorite, I think it's called. Maybe dabble in some coconut shrimp. You never know what I might end up doing. So I'm thinking about going there. We'll see where it ends up going. That's going to be my birthday meal. Oh, I'm a tough guy to please, Todd McFarlane, let me tell you. But a lot going on around here around my birthday, but appreciate everybody once again for reaching out and saying happy birthday, Kyle. It does mean a lot. It does mean a lot. So hits keep on coming. Podcast, Kyle Peterson Show, available right now. Each and every week, we break into all kinds of stuff. We try some new foods, albums of the week, crazy stories, tales from retail, you name it. It's all going on over the podcast each and every week. If you're looking for next week's episode, already up and running over there for Patreon members. A little 4th of July special is what we got going on, featuring jalapenos as well. And then Angie looking only like she could look in that one. A very patriotic episode. You'll probably do some salutes along the way. But check out the podcast wherever podcasts are found, or videocast on YouTube as well. But besides that, that's pretty much the housekeeping around these parts. Check out all the channels, check out all of the Patreon, check out YouTube channel memberships, all that kind of stuff. But now it's time to bring in the mail girl. It's time for the question of the week. All right, it's that time of the week. It's time for the mail girl. It's time for Angie. Angie looking only like she can look here this week. Angie, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you. I feel so welcome. Thank you.
I look like Elvira.
You do, kind of. You look like you're ready to go to a little party. Looks like you're ready to go to Red Lobster and get some Cheddar Bay biscuits in you, if you're lucky.
Packing them in.
Maybe she's gonna pack them in.
Pack some biscuits up in here.
We're going for all you can eat shrimp. At least that's my goal tonight. Fingers crossed it works out.
Some biscuits in this.
She's gonna hide the biscuits and some shrimp. She's gonna put some shrimp scampi in the pants. You never know what might happen there. Nothing
We're
like
taking
pants.
unlimited shrimp to the limits.
We're gonna cost them. We're gonna cost them for sure. So Angie is here, and she is the mail girl, and that means we got the question of the week, Angie. We got 2 questions this week. I don't know if you're prepared for that, but we had quite the birthday adventure. Angie even wished me happy birthday online. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe it. I was shocked.
I'm so embarrassed.
I did one of these.
I get so embarrassed.
She doesn't like to communicate on social media. She likes, because she lives an alternate life. She's got another family somewhere, so she doesn't want anybody to catch that somewhere or something. But
imagine.
I could.
I can't even handle this one.
You can't. It's a two-hander. I know. It's too much. It's too much. But Angie is here today, of course, and Angie celebrated my birthday, and that was my favorite present I got, was Angie wishing me a happy birthday.
I knew it. I did it for you.
She did it for me. It was very nice. Very nice, very special.
Your heart.
Oh, the warm, cold cockles in my heart.
The warmest heart.
So there it is. But quite the birthday celebration. Didn't really do anything.
We went and listened to some live music.
Yeah, we went. I sacrificed my birthday party. Again, now, do you remember exactly, as we're filming this, exactly 1 year ago today, do you know what we were up to?
Mm-mm.
We were at the Stray Kids concert at Wrigley Field. So I sacrificed my birthday once again. It feels like I'm just making all these sacrifices. When will somebody die on their sword for me? Their sword for me. But that's what happens.
My whole life is one big sacrifice.
Oh, it is. It is. I'm going to sacrifice you later.
I don't even know what I like.
Yeah, you don't?
I don't.
Yeah, I know what you like. I could sit here and list 10 things you like right now. Right nice. Now I could, but nice. It is nice. And I'm a very nice person. What can I say? I'm so nice. But Angie last year went to Stray Kids. Last night for my birthday, we decided we needed to go to Elle's friend's dad's performance. And at least he covered some Ronnie James Dio. So we're always here for that. It was a bit of a heavy metal thing, but it was, a cover band, farmer's market type deal. So we went to that. We'll probably have a video of this old man in a beard dancing. We'll have some of that. So
why not?
I don't know. And what do we do? And I had the worst birthday meal of my life is what I had last night.
So bad.
I was like, you guys were getting these burritos at this stand. It was like a burrito truck stand or something. I'm like, all right, they're getting burritos. And you're like, do you want anything? I'm like, well, I guess I'll get the nachos. So I got the nachos grande. I'm like, these got to be good. But no sour cream, no tomato. That's my usual thing. But then I look and it was those circle yellow chips, those really stiff, hard chips. They got the black lines in them. It's like the usual. Cafeteria. Yes, it's the cafeteria chips. I thought they were going to be homemade chips or something. They basically opened up the baggie and dumped that in. So that sucked. And then I'm like, well, at least the cheese should be pretty good. And then I see them giving the old pumps of the squirt cheese. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then I'm like, well, they're going to have the taco meat. I got the ground beef taco meat. I probably should have got the fajita meat, but I got the ground beef taco meat. And then I looked there, they're scooping in there. It was just hamburger meat. There was no seasoning in it. It was just plain hamburger meat. And he's like, do you want the onions? And I'm like, yeah, I like the diced up onions on my, chips and stuff. What was it? It was the soupy, what are they? Stewed onions, grilled onions, like fajita onions. So they were getting the most out of their molds is what they were doing there. So they
talk about sogging up them chips.
Oh, yeah.
Were they so sog?
Oh, it was. Those
and
are.
your Pepsi wasn't even cold. I know it.
It
wasn't cold.
Yeah. So, and then the drink choices were lacking. I would have liked a Diet Mountain Dew, but I had to go with the Pepsi. So you knew, okay, Pepsi, no Diet Dew. I'll get the Pepsi. And first thing I did, I noticed it wasn't as cold as I would have liked it to be.
It was all melted in the cooler.
Just sitting in the water. And then I immediately looked. I said, this has got to be expired. I'm sure this is expired.
Oh, was it?
It had a month left. Well,
that's good. At least it wasn't a month expired.
This is $14 for these nachos. God awful.
It was $50 for just 3 things.
And then I'm glad you brought that up because I'm like, oh, Angie's paying. She's buying all this. It's great. And then you're like, you got to pay the guy. I'm like, oh, okay.
Pay the man, sir.
$53 for a couple of burritos and a terrible nacho. Oh my gosh. How was the burrito though?
Not good.
I never even asked.
No, not good. And dripping everywhere, falling apart.
Oh, nobody likes a wet burrito. That's for sure. That's for sure. Unless it's a two-handed wet burrito.
Juiced all over my new Nike.
Oh, and you're a girl that knows the thing about juices. That's for sure. But
I know how to save some money. I always sneak a little water in my purse.
Oh, she brought her water from home, guys. Didn't have to pay that $1. So that was a bummer is what that was, that dinner. I was like, this is the worst birthday dinner I'm eating. But it was a great time. And you guys always love this. We've talked about this numerous times. You absolutely love this part of it when we go to that area of town where you get to drive by Kyle's elementary school, his junior high. You get to see his high school. You get his childhood home. You get to see the grocery store he cut his teeth at 14 years old and worked his way up the ladder from there. You get to see Kyle's Little League facility. And there's the water tower Kyle hit with the ball that one time. And it made the loudest ding ever.
Was that your first home run?
Yes, and there's just so many great experiences, and you guys were all riveted. I'd say, "Elle, look over here." She goes, "I was just here yesterday," and I was like,
"Daddy, tell me again."
No, she said, "We were just here. Yeah, I saw your school yesterday." I'm like, "You were not here yesterday. Where were you here?" I was here with Mom and Grandma. I'm like, "There is no way you were here with Mom and Grandma." And then Angie finally cheered in from the back seat. I don't know what you were doing in that back seat, but you should be right in the front seat with me. But she's like, "You go, no, this was a different area. We weren't here." So. And then we were in a great plot twist as we got to take Elle's friend home afterwards for a sleepover on my birthday. You think the kids would want to spend time with me on my birthday, but no. But we're driving home, and I'm like, well, you're in luck, Elle's friend. I'll save her name, protect the innocent here. You're in luck. This is the school I went to. This is my elementary school. This is where I worked. Got to recap everything. And look at this little house here. This is where I grew up. They got a fence here. That's where my Destro's buried. I need to find that Destro. It was a wild thing. So that was probably the highlight of my birthday, though, outside of your message on Facebook.
You talking about yourself.
It was me getting to talk about and show everybody I think that was the second time you guys have seen this, maybe.
Second thousand.
Maybe. But I got to say, there's my house. And it was extra special for me because I'm like, thinking back, I'm like, on this day, X amount of years ago, I got a birthday present here. I had a birthday party. My family was here. They were celebrating me like we should. And
tell them how they built something on your Destro, though.
Oh,
you can't dig it up now. There's something on it.
I forgot about that. If I would have had more time, I would have took a picture.
What was it?
But they put like a little hut. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. I don't know if it's the clientele we need in this house. And I tell you what, if that house,
it's an outhouse and they're just pooping on it.
That's what it could be. It kind of looks like one of those wooden outhouses that you would make yourself is what it looks like. So I don't know what's going on in that house. But
it's so small, they needed an outside.
It's a small house, you know. I was West Side KP once upon a time, just fighting to survive as a kid back then. You don't understand hard times. It is hard times. You had to fight your way. There'd be kidnappers. There'd be people driving in puddles trying to spray you as you're walking to school. It was a wild time back then.
That actually just happened to you on our walk the other
night. It
did.
Some guy almost sprayed me with water. Yeah, he didn't, though. He missed, but I appreciate the attempt for sure.
He didn't attempt to miss.
I don't know.
He just got lucky.
But I know if that house ever goes up for sale, I'm buying it.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm going to buy that house. I'm going to buy my childhood house, and it's going to be my collector's house or something like that. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know how much it would cost. I wonder how much that house would cost.
I don't know.
It can't be over. It can't be over 200. No, there's no way. I don't know.
It's so small. But
it would be nice just to reminisce. And of course, I'd take my old room back, and I'd just look at that wall, and I'd say, "This is where my LJN posters used to be."
Imagine the walkthrough of the house. You'd be like, "This is where
This is where I'd eat.
This
is where I had to eat chicken pot pies every single day in the summer because they were like 50 cents and they were easy.
I played with my wrestlers.
This is where we had our TV. This is where it used to be. This was where my room was. This is my sister's room. Here's the basement where I had my wars. And
you'd tell us every single day.
And I would. It'd be great. So hopefully maybe I should go in there with an offer they can't refuse. And I just walk up and knock on the door. Maybe. Anyways, too much jibber jabber here. People love it or they hate it. There's no in between, Angie, as we do know. But it's time for the question of the week. Let's get down to it. Angie, take it away.
Michael Morris, 9363. Hi, Kyle. What kind of toy kid were you? Speaking of, were you getting down in the dirt with your figures in the backyard, or were you putting them in the shelves in your bedroom, even at that age?
Never. No, there was no displaying for me as a little kid anywhere. Displaying didn't come till after college for me. I was playing, but I played very gentle. I was very gentle. And I've said it before on the channel. There's two kinds of kids. There's the kids that play with like their Tonka trucks, Hot Wheels, or you got the action figure kids. They don't cross over very well. They don't. And if they do cross over, they're not a lifelong fan. That's what they are. So it's a weird dynamic. I was definitely the action figure kid. Of course, you always had some Hot Wheels. Somebody would always get you one. They're cheap. But it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. But I was playing with them. I don't know if I was necessarily in the dirt. Outside of that Destro, unfortunately, I was in the dirt with that Destro. And that was tough. And that's still, as we can see here.
Why do you hide it, by the way?
I didn't hide it. You
didn't?
No. So we had like... Do I need to tell the story? I'm going to tell the story. I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. There was the side of the house where they built this outhouse apparently now. And there was a side of the house, and I don't know, they were digging. It was the side of the house in between the garage and stuff. So there was just a little bit of an area, and there was like sand and there was stuff. So anyways, I went out one summer day. It was school's out for summer. I think I was in first grade. And I'm out there and I'm playing and I've got my Joes. And I didn't have a lot of Joes at the time because it was new in the Joe land. So I probably had like 15 Joes or something. But Destro, an all-timer, a heavy hitter, one of the leaders of Cobra. Some could say the true leader of Cobra, of course. I'm out there playing. I'm just doing my thing. A hot summer day, much like today, possibly. Who knows? But playing out there, just living life, just enjoying simpler times. Oh, if I could go back. But then my mom yelled in, and Kyle, you need to come in. You got to eat your chicken pot pie and your little Jello cup. I swear to God, that's all we ate every day in the summer for like 300 days of summer.
God, what a hot meal to eat too in the summer. It's gross.
I even thought that as a first grader, and it never failed. Every day I would burn my mouth. I'd burn my mouth on that stupid chicken pot pie, and by the 24 hours later, it would kind of heal, and then I'd burn it back again. all summer
That's
long.
the real trauma of it all.
I mean, my mom...
Burned mouth for 3
And it
months.
was because these banquet Popeyes, you've seen them. They're the red ones, the really cheap ones. They're like $1 still. They were probably $0.25. They were probably 4 for $1. My mom probably said, we're going to load up for the summer. Get cases of these things. And I ate the chicken one every single day. And when I say that, I literally ate it every single day. And my mom was a real one, apparently, because you could put those in the microwave for like 30 seconds and they're done. She would always put it in the oven. So it would get a nice crisp to it. It would get a nice crisp to it. Even as a first grader, I said, well, that crust breaks off and it gets into some of that juice and whatever that is in those
400 degrees in there.
But my mom, her big failure here was like, they're in there for an hour. Let them cool down for 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes for a little kid. But it would like literally ding. And she's like, Kyle, get in here. It's time for lunch. And I'd get my Jell-O cup. It'd always be that green Jell-O, which I didn't like. I liked the band green Jell-O, but I didn't like the green Jell-O. I always liked the red, of course. I was a red Jell-O kid. But every day she'd call me in and I'd have to go. And I can remember sitting at the table eating that stuff. And I'd want to go play video games, whatever I was doing. But on this day, I had my Destro down there, in there, and somehow it all caved in. I don't know the nature of this cave in, but it all caved in, and I get out there, I'm like, what the heck? How did all this sand and dirt all cave in from this thing? And I'm sitting there, I'm digging, and I even have one of those little shovels, and for some reason, I could not find this Destro. It was like the weirdest thing. And
Sinkhole.
I'm assuming my parents said, we're not going to search for you. You can find it or you lost it or something. And that's what happened. I lost that Destro, and it's one of the things in life. It's like one of those fork in the road moments where you pivotal moment and you just turn and you go a different way. So
I love how that was your quick way of telling the story.
it could have been a lot longer, let me tell you. Could have been a lot longer. Angie, what kind of toy kid were you? You were no toy kid. You were playing outside, riding bikes, skateboarding, shooting hoops back at the school. Yeah.
Fun fact, I broke my neighbor's window one time playing baseball, and then I lied. Then I got in trouble, and then because they knew.
And then
so
she got the belt.
Okay.
They had Ring cameras back then in 1968.
No, I think the neighbor across the street saw.
Oh, those pesky old ladies. They're always keeping an eye. Those pesky old ladies out there with the binocs just going to town. All right, Angie, we got one more question. Let's make this one quick. Huh?
Chad Griff, question of the week. Have you ever thought of having an action made of Angie?
An action figure or an action maid? You should see her actions.
I have an action film.
You do?
Your Kyle, only Kyle can see it.
Only I can see it? Okay, well, maybe we'll play that as a special episode. We'll play that for your birthday. Maybe. Patreon exclusive, once again.
Oh, my God.
Once again. But have you ever thought of having I'm assuming an action figure made of Angie? That would be fun. It would go great with Cowboy Kyle figure if I could figure it out. Just don't know how to do that. That's where the rubber hits the road. I don't know how to do customs and how do you make them look similar. I'm not exactly sure. So
I feel like there's a lot of body types out there you could use, a lot of molds.
There's a lot of body type. You know, we could do this. You would look good as Mr. Fuji. I could turn you into Mr. Fuji.
We're literally surrounded with figures right now.
Maybe you could be Bull Nakano. Could we make you Bull Nakano?
You got any girls over here?
Yeah, Bull Nakano. Right here.
That's a girl?
That's a girl.
Oh my God.
I don't know what we could use. This kind of looks like you a little bit.
A little face one, though.
It kind of looks like you a little, Mr. T. Very similar. Yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of figures. This place is a disaster, a mess. I got figures all over the place. I have no female figures around here, though, for some reason. Just Bull Nakano.
They're all in your secret area.
They're all in my secret area, of course. So who knows? But a figure of Angie, that's a license to print money. How do we get that made? I don't know. But that goes back to, once again, I talked about Sean KWK once upon a time. Valaverse has these like street human figures coming out that are like generic people for background characters and stuff. And I think there's a license to print money. Not necessarily for you, not necessarily for me, but if I'm Bobby Vala for Valaverse in this instance here, I would try to find YouTube people. I would try to find some people from like whatever that maybe have a social media following. Maybe they're like one of those people that the kids watch with their stuff in their face with food all the time.
Yeah.
What's that, Songbird and Chuck or something? Every time I walk into Emma, she's like, this girl's eating this Raising Cane's all the time. I'm like, how many times are you going to watch this girl eat Raising Cane's? It's wild.
And then husband's scary. I feel like
it's gross. I thought she was like 12 years old. And
she said, serial killer.
She said she was like 38 years old. I'm like, she looks like she's 12. And her husband looks like a serial killer or like a child predator of some kind.
It could be nice. Sorry if you're nice.
Yeah, I'm sure he's watching. I'm sure. I'm sure they're with their kids. You know, that we got this YouTube channel. We're eating all this food all the time, and all you're doing is watching this guy's action figure. I'm sure it's just like Bizarro World over there. But you could make figures of them, and then they could like sell them to their fan base. They get extra sales there, or they could have them just as background characters. I don't care if it's that guy or whoever it is. I think there's money to be made, and maybe somebody can make a buxom figure of you. Who knows? Maybe they could, maybe they couldn't. I don't know, but it's a thought. Always throwing stuff at the dartboard all the time. Angie, I got so many $1 million money ideas. I just don't have time to execute them all. That's the problem. I got ideas for days. Just there's only so much time. And I was up till 2:30 last night, and I was up at 7:15 this morning. It's just not enough sleep. It's not enough sleep for me. Anyways,
a little midnight to 7. I think that's your perfect number.
I need something
because you can't sleep past 7.
I can't sleep past 7.
Coming in the windows,
and you're gallivanting around the only way you do. Of course, Angie is like, it's just free as a bird around. It's a nudist colony. I always wake up and think I'm in a nudist colony or something. Angie's working, doing things.
I'm just a naked mom.
Yeah, you are.
Elle sent me something the other day about like TikTok about naked moms. Like how like if you have a naked mom, make sure you thank her because you have very secure body image or something.
Angie doesn't care. And apparently the neighbors too. We talked about that on the podcast.
Neighbors have definitely
talked about that on the podcast this week.
We've seen them.
So who knows what's going on around here? I'm the only sane one. Around
You're like,
here.
I never knew we were in a nudist colony.
Never knew, but it's all right. There's worse things to be in.
Especially since it's all the women.
Yeah, that's what I said. There's no guys.
Yeah,
there's no guys doing it. So
sloshing around.
There it is, Angie. I think we've said more than enough this week for the question of the week. And if you want more jibber jabber like this, you better check out the Kyle Peterson Show, available every Tuesday where podcasts are found. I've had 2 people in the last few days. It's really weird. I'm not sure what to think about this, but they said, Kyle, you should do a video series where you talk about things outside of action figures because there's a lot of interesting takes and a lot of interesting thoughts. I'd love you to deep dive into your business stuff and some history things. And I said, you need to check out the Kyle Peterson Show podcast or possibly the weekly purchases. They go off the rails too, but that's the thing is so many people miss out on videos. And there was somebody that told me the other day that I should do year-end best of list of top 5 and top 10s. They said, at the end of the year, you should do a top 10, top 5. I'm like, are you kidding me? I do like 1,000 top 5 and top 10s. And then I take the winner of every single one of those and I put them into the ultimate best of video. There's a lot of people sleeping.
When do you start prepping for that?
I don't know. I literally need 3 months to get my life in order at this point. I was doling up the time, which then it made me mad because I'm wasting time doling up the time I need to get these things done. I literally need 3 months where I don't have to do anything but do things I need to do and think I'm going to have
organize your life.
It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's sad, really. I need to win the lottery, but I got to play the lottery. We played the lottery the other day. We lost. We got skunked. I said, I'm out. I can't be throwing $20 away to the lottery. What am I doing here? I could have got something with that. I'm getting worked up. So this is going off the rails. I got to get out of here. Angie. It's time for round 1 of the weekly purchases. All right, time for round number 1 of weekly purchases in a fairly slow couple of weeks as we near San Diego Comic-Con, but a lot of things shipping right now. Target doing some resets here 1st of July. So be ready for some of that. But we're going to dive into round 1, possibly 2, maybe 3. We'll see 2 rounds of weekly purchases. But let's start it off. Let's hit it up with our friends over there at Jay's. Picked up Overkill, G.I. Joe Classified this week. Get the leader of the Cobra Bats once upon a time, at least. We got that through the door. Also picked up Archangel, of course, as well from X-Men 97. Had not got this one yet. Kind of forgot about this figure. Picked that up over at Jay's. Saved myself 15% with code Kyle. You guys know how that goes. Also grabbed myself a Techno Viper on the retro card. Looking pretty good. Hits keep on coming with a little grunt action. We got Grunt on the retro card. And then we got my man, the Wild Man, that is. Wild Bill, playing all those cowboy hits lately here on the G.I. Joe team. Ready for a little Wild Bill action. A lot of people excited about this. Some people a little bit mad because of the whole Dragonfly thing. Can't fight City Hall, as we say. The hits keep on coming. We get airtight. And, of course, the mail girl loves to get airtight a time or two. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But we got airtight right here. Looking pretty good. Already unboxed it on the channel. Check it out. Also, Sundown. Already unboxed him on the channel. Check out Sundown. And then last but not least, Hasbro Pulse exclusive through the door. The new Snake Eyes, Don Moreno. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with this one, but we did get this through the door. We'll unbox it. We'll dive into it. I don't know. Don't know what to think about that one, but I know I loved this one. We already unboxed it on the channel this week. It is the Despoiler and Destro Iron Grenadiers edition. Not Grenadiers, Todd McFarlane. Grenadiers, I guess. I like Grenadiers better, but Grenadiers, apparently. But we got that through the door as well. So playing a lot of G.I. Joe hits this week. Very fitting for the closing of Yo-Jo June and my birthday month. I'm a Joe guy, so that makes sense. I'm also an Amazon Prime guy, especially when there's a Prime deal. I picked up a little Wicket Ewok, or I don't think this is Ewok. This is, I forget his name. Chief Chirpa, maybe. Logray? I don't think it's Logray, but we did get an Ewok right here. It's the Valentine's edition, and this was only $12.97, $13.97, something like that. I had $6 in points, so I used it. I said, I'm getting this for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day to me is what that is. So I picked that one up this week. And then I went back over to Jay's Toys and Games. I picked this one up as well. It is Ray Stans from the Mondo Ghostbusters collection. So I got another Ghostbuster in the collection here from Jay's. I think they had 3 more of these. So if you're looking for the Ghostbusters from Mondo, you want to save yourself 15%, this is going to be the place to get it. So make note of that if you need to. But that's it for round number 1. Let's move on to round number 2. All right, time for the second and final round of weekly purchases as we close out another week here. And I got to give a special good brother shout out, a real one out there, all the way from the UK. It is good friend of the channel, Adam, a Patreon member as well. He sent me quite the care package for my birthday. Really appreciate it. We dive into that a little bit in the podcast coming this week. But a few things action figure related from that. WWE Superstars, Jesse the Body Ventura. You know I'm here for any Jesse and all Jesse Venturas, especially 2 Venturas. This one flew under my radar. You guys know I'm not a pop guy, but I would get a Jesse Ventura pop. So very cool for him looking out, finding this one. Very cool to have Jesse in the pop game. I'm here for that. So Adam, thank you for those birthday presents. Find out more about that in my podcast this week. Hits keep on coming over there with Latoony. I did pull the trigger on this Ric Flair. Talk about a moment in time, Ric Flair. Going to be interested to dive into this one. I'm here for the Ric Flair figures, though, as you guys do know. I'm also here for a big rubber guy, Sabu. We already unboxed him on the channel. So if you're after a Sabu, you can check out and see what it looks like ahead of time there. Hits keep on coming for $21 and change. Pick this up for Target this week on sale. A second version of Bray Wyatt. I'm going to display 2 different versions of this one. And for under the price of an Elite, I said I can't pass up on that. So I picked that up. I'm sure a lot of you and you out there probably did the same thing this week. Also went to Jay's, picked up Farmer Superman from the Super Friends line from McFarlane Toys. Picked that up this week over there at Jay's. Also got Vulcan right there. Got the Black Vulcan. Excuse me. Yes, Black Vulcan there. Got that this week. And also got Wonder Woman. So got some Super Friends to add to the collection. We'll unbox those on the channel as we always do. And we're going to round it out this week with a line I was back and forth on. I did decide to pull the trigger. It is the core line of the Masters of the Universe here. I did pick up Battle Cat this week. Also picked up the Skella Knight. How about a little bit of Mecha Neck? And then I also got Beast Man through the door. And then I did order the Amazon 4-pack that had He-Man, Skeletor, Goatman, and Man-at-Arms. So I'm not going to buy more of those figures. I'm not going to get the regular carded Man-at-Arms or Skeletor or anything. I'll live with what's in this box here. But took advantage of some credit card points and some sales this week. Got these guys for around $9.99 or whatever it is. So not a bad piece of business. We'll be unboxing those on the channel. I do enjoy these a lot more. And I was on the fence and I kept saying, man, if there's a deal. Well, some of those went to $9.99. Like Beastman was always $10.99. Now he's $9.99. I don't know, saving $1. But then you get those rewards, the Target Circle stuff, Amazon reward points. I pieced these together for under retail. So I felt pretty good about that, in all honesty. But that is the weekly purchases this week. What did you end up picking up? What did you find out there in the wild? What did you order from Amazon Prime Days? Anything? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video and all the videos on the channel, not just this one. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Subscribe to my other YouTube channel. 2 channels with content each and every single day. Check out Patreon. Check out YouTube channel memberships to support the channel. SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available wherever podcasts are found, with videocast on YouTube. So now you know what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another work week.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?